She looked at me and this is what she said. Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of No Rest for the Wicked. And maybe you've never heard of this game because it is a brand new entry trying to climb the Action RPG mountain. Now I've been talking ad nauseum for months and months while I stream, while in videos during the podcast, that I am so excited for 2024. I consider it the golden age of action RPGs. And one of the reasons behind that is Moon Studios, the studio behind the highly acclaimed Ori series, called out Diablo and POE because they are making the next great action RPG. That was announced at the Game Awards, and that is No Rest for the Wicked. Now, not a huge fan of the game name. It doesn't just roll off the tongue. I figured everyone's just going to call this Wicked, but who knows? Now, if you did not see that, let me just quickly remind you. This is in February of 2023. You ready? Our next project is going to be a make or break for Moon. Either we manage to revolutionize. Okay, that is a strong word. Either we manage to revolutionize the ARPG genre or we'll slowly fade away into the distance. While that should be scary, I love the challenge. Diablo, POE, etc. We're coming to you. May the best one win. Now, when you're talking about trying to climb that action RPG mountain, they did not start at the bottom. It looks like they're trying to parachute onto the top, calling out POE and Diablo. Now, action RPG, ARPG gets thrown around a lot. Sometimes it's single player, sometimes it's third person, but in this situation, the fact that they are specifically calling out Diablo and POE, you know it's going to be isometric, you know it's going to be hack and slash, you know it's going to be looter, you know it's going to be multiplayer, and that's what made me so happy about this announcement. Moon Studios has two projects, both of them are critically acclaimed, and the fact that they are now going after my genre, action RPGs, is excited. So it was so cool to see live their trailer for their new action RPG. And I'm going to play this for you right now, and then we will dissect the Steam page. Enjoy.
My sister fair, she sings like morning. My sister true, she laughs like noon. My sister Grace, she drowned this evening, but still visits by the light of the moon. We prayed for summer, we prayed for fall, to prosper, to love, to forgive, and our prayers came like a little lost lamb, dying so that we may. And our prayers came back like a voice in the dark, unanswered, but not quite the same.
Now, after that trailer dropped, a lot of people were saying that Moon Studios added CGI into the trailer. And since then, they have publicly come out and said that everything in the trailer that you just watched was in real time in-game engine. No CGI was added of any kind, which I thought is so cool. From Moon Studios, the award-winning developers of Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will o' the Wisp, comes No Rest for the Wicked, a visceral precision action RPG set to reinvent the genre. There's a lot of like key words in there. Reinvent the genre. Now, when I talk about the golden age of action RPGs, we're about to talk about the story. 2024 is going to be a wild ride. My favorite action RPG, Last Epoch, drops February 21st. Cannot wait for this, of course. We then have Titan Quest 2, which we only have a cinematic for. We're waiting for gameplay, but this is supposed to come in 2024. We also have, of course, Path of Exile 2, and at bare minimum, we're going to be getting a closed beta next year. And then what a lot of people missed is Grim Dawn, Fangs of Astrakan are coming also next year. So no Grim Dawn expansion, POE 2, Titan Quest 2, LE, and hopefully we get more on No Rest for the Wicked, at least being able to play it. More info is coming on March 1st. Golden age of action RPGs. Okay, let's talk story. Are you ready for this? The year 841. King Harold is dead, and word of his death echoes through the kingdom. The crown passes to his arrogant yet untested son, Magnus. Story as old as time. King passes away, and the untested, not worthy, probably arrogant jerk of a son gets the throne. Okay. Think about Gladiator, even though he wasn't supposed to. Okay. It's a good example. Even worse, the pestilence, an unholy plague not seen for 1,000 years, has returned. It sweeps across the land, corrupting everything and everyone it touches. Madriel Saline, a ruthlessly ambitious figure in the church, sees the pestilence as a chance to prove herself in the eyes of God. These forces converge on the Blackwater of Isla Sakara, where rebel groups and the government fight for control. Okay, king dies, unworthy son takes over, plague hits, and the church uses a plague as a way to seek power. All right, we've got the story set. This is where you come in. You are a serum, a member of a group of mystical holy warriors imbued with remarkable powers and sworn to defeat the pestilence at any cost. But the task will prove increasingly challenging as you become entangled in the people's plight and the vast political struggle of the downtrodden land. Chaos will pull you in every direction as you seek to cleanse the land and the wickedness and shape the kingdom. All right, so you are in just what you want to deal with is politics in your action RPG, but you are dealing with the plague and it transforming people into monsters while dealing these two groups that are fighting politically. Okay, so that is the story that we have right now. And I know you're probably like, Aaron, I don't give a crap about the story. Talk to me about the combat. Okay, we are moving now into combat, and this is precision-based combat. And normally when you think of precision-based combat, you actually think of more Souls-like. Like you have to be precise on where you're attacking and moving and things of that nature. Hone your combat skills with a system that challenges you to be deliberate and strategic. Battle against gruesome creatures, enemies, soldiers, and punishing bosses in intense visceral combat. Feel the weight and speed of each weapon through their own move sets. Enchant armaments with runes, craft rare armor, and create a bespoke character builds that fit your playstyle. Okay? Now, this is a really interesting sentence right here. Feel the weight and speed of each weapon through their own move sets. Now, there is games where, you know, if you have a sword on, you get these 3 or 4 skills. If you get a bow, you get these 3 or 4 skills. The weapon you use determines the skills that you get, kind of like Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. And that's kind of how I feel from this. But in here, it says specifically your move sets. So maybe like in the trailer, you saw them, there's like a dodge mechanic or a roll, and there's also a leap that you see. Maybe the type of weapon that you use determines what your move is, or maybe just all your skills. Not sure, but that is interesting. Human Saga, this is just saying we already read all that. Now, a handcrafted world. Explore a painting come to life. Now, I think the visuals look really, really good, but I will say, looking at those visuals, this is not going to be a procedurally generated world. It is going to be static, which means you're going to be playing in the same areas all the time. That being said, they look gorgeous, and I'm okay with this. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read the respite in a second, okay? Online multiplayer. Share your world in progress with up to 3 friends by your side in the campaign's online multiplayer mode. Every quest, boss, you could share the whole thing with friends. Now, when it comes to share with friends, it says campaigns online co-op. When you put out a statement, we are coming for POE, we are coming for Diablo, please believe this game needs endgame. If Moon Studios has gone out and made the coolest, most awesome open world cinematic campaign experience that you can play with your friends, they are comparing themselves or going after the wrong game. There needs to be a paragraph here focused around end game mechanics, not just campaign. Last but not least, and I do think a lot of people are really going to like this. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Take respite in the town of Sacrament. Purchase property and decorate it to make it your own. Fish on the shores, till and harvest the land for ingredients to create meals and replenish health and boost stats. Acquaint yourself with the diverse array of vendors and townsfolk and restore Sacrament to its former glory. So whether it's a POE hideout, or maybe it's your area in Lost Ark, or whatever game, maybe you're playing Palea right now. In this game, you will have your own house, your own property, your own farm, your own something that you will go kick it to, and you'll be able to do the fishing and the hanging out, which I think I actually like this. Especially if there's like guilds or clans. It's like, all right, everyone meet at my house. We're going to do X, Y, or Z or whatever it is. You know, like I think that is pretty cool. So that is everything we know and have right now on No Rest for the Wicked. Please believe I am following them on all of their social media platforms. And as news comes out for this game, I will be covering it. Again, Titan Quest 2, PoE 2, New Grim Dawn expansion, my favorite, launch of Last Epoch, Torchlight multiplayer, and now a new entry on the action RPG Mountain. I want to know your thoughts. Are you excited about this? With the description that I described, is this a game truly coming for PoE and Diablo? Because as of right now, I just don't see it yet, but I need more information. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. 2 asks at the end of the video. Ask number 1, I'm hoping today is the day I have earned your subscription. I'm hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it, but of course, only if you think I've earned it. And if I haven't earned it, I'm going to work harder for you. Ask number 2, check out my Patreon. Thank you to the first 92 members that have signed up. I get asked all the time, what's the best way to support? And Patreon is it, and you get the most bonus content. It supports me. You can live stream audio and video with me. You get access to the VIP lounge. You get access to the exclusive content. You get access to game night. Everything is through Patreon, and I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.